We then cut back to Saturn and the gang, where we have
Sick. You said Saturn in the gang.
Saturn.
Bro?
Well, I guess it's not his gang, right? You know, as soon as I said it, I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not his gang.
I'm
That's kind of
sick,
crazy."
bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
俺はルフィ海賊王になる男だ
What's up, guys? This is Strawhat Mod. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, Never Whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown episode 98. We are 2 away from 100, bro. Jesus, we are smoothing through this, man. Big shout outs to everybody, man. We out here,
bro.
Now we out here. We've been working really hard. We got some big plans in the works for the episode 100, so stay tuned for that. Much love to everybody that's been hanging out with us through this journey so far. We're not gonna do all this reminiscent stuff. We'll do that on the 100th episode, feel me? But we do appreciate you guys, and we're hoping to give you guys a lot more One Piece content in the future.
Yes,
But today we got our regular episode going. We got the regular gang in the building. Starting with that boy Strawhat Mod. What's going on, brother?
What's good, y'all? This chapter was fire. Let me just say that, and crazy, and I just can't wait to talk about it. It was
Definitely one of those. I had my mouth open a couple times during that chapter. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, facts, yo. My shit was like agape on the floor, bro.
No cap. Mr. G in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good, everybody? Shout outs. My friend Alicia. It was her birthday. We finally got to celebrate. It was her birthday like a month ago, but we finally got to celebrate it yesterday. It was my fun.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Happy birthday to her. Much love. Much love.
Thank you.
Last but not least, that boy YHuss in the building. What is going on, my brother?
Well, I'm chilling, man. I'm very excited to talk about the chapter. Like you said, it was just crazy. Like I read it every week with my buddies, and we found like 10-20 minutes to read it in Discord. It took us like 5-10. And niggas didn't even discuss. We just left Discord. It was too crazy. We just had to.
Yo, like we couldn't. Yeah. Just take a second and process for.
I'm gonna see you when I see you. We talk about it. You know, like it took me like a day to recover. That shit was nuts, man. I'm really hyped. Seems like we have some news to talk about though.
Yeah. We definitely. Before the chapter, we do have some info. Some things that. Some info we just got. So Sandman AP, I believe it was, posted a few hours ago in the wee hours of the morning that police have just arrested 2 people in Japan who have been leaking Shonen Jump or taking and releasing the scans. There's a couple of posts about it. There was recently a post from Sandman AP showing some of the different pages and panels that were taken from the leakers, but the big takeaway from this is the scan websites. Most notably, TCB had originally replied to the post talking about the people getting arrested. They had originally replied saying that this will not affect them, and you can still expect timely chapters. They have very recently deleted that post and put up another cryptic message on their Twitter. Another leaking site, OP Scans, is not available, or at least the Twitter page is not available. I'm not sure if the site is still up, but their Twitter page is down right now. So right now it's looking like this might be a little bit of a break from a lot of the leaker sites.
Yeah,
it's looking rough. We're not really sure what the outcome of this could be, because this could go in a couple different directions, but it is possible that we may be missing Wednesday, Thursday chapter releases for a decent amount of time. I don't think it'll be forever, because things like this have happened before. People have been arrested before for leaking pages and things. And sometimes sites have to get shut down and rebrand in order to dodge lawsuits and things like that. So this may be a break from the leaker sites and early chapter releases, but I don't think this will necessarily be the end of it. What do you guys make of it?
Well, real quick, I just looked up online OP scans. completely gone.
The website
even
is
their
gone.
Yeah, website's gone. So
Okay.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely looking rough then. TCB, the message that they posted alluded to them having to disappear as well. It was real cryptic. It was a Breaking Bad reference, but it alluded to them having to disappear as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if their site or Twitter page doesn't stay up for too much longer, you know. But I guess we'll see. It's looking rough, man.
Really sad.
It's looking rough.
I think what I would really be sad about is that, like, I'm not gonna lie, TCB is like, forgetting even like getting chapters early. I'm not gonna lie, TCB is like the most reliable like way I find chapters, like just to go back to. So I'd be sad to in town, but I'm sure I could find another chat, site somewhere.
Yeah, you know, that's probably one of the biggest issues is that it's the quality of the translations, because people do fan translations all the time. I don't think it'll be hard to find somebody or another group of somebodies that'll post some early leaks of the chapters with their own translations. But there's a difference between those fanlations and like the higher quality ones, that people that are really dedicated to the craft and to translating the language appropriately and not just for the sake of translating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
1000%. And I've went on tirades about some groups on this podcast very recently, so I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, it's just nuts, man. It's nuts.
Yeah,
it really,
because
really
of
might
you.
be official readers. So.
You called them out. YHuss, they got caught because of you, bro. You put that
Yo,
shit
man,
out.
yeah, Joe might have been watching our podcast because they got cooked instantly, bro. Oh man, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. It's definitely rough. So we'll see how this pans out in the next couple of coming weeks. One Piece is on break this week, so we won't see it for One Piece, but we will see it for some of the other weekly releases next week. So I guess as that comes, as we get info, we'll pass it to you guys, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we might, like you said before the pod, we might have to change when we air our episodes and stuff like that because of it.
Right,
So,
because we
The
can't.
video came out like 50 minutes ago.
yeah.
Yeah, we want to have time to be able to digest the chapter and come up with things to speak on, and not just come in blindly and just go over whatever we see.
What I'm concerned about is I don't mind waiting a few more days, because once the first week of us like waiting 3 extra days for a chapter comes, it'll just be a week wait.
It'll be natural, right?
But
yeah, we'll get adjusted.
Exactly. What I'm really concerned about is dodging like the earlier leaks that come out on Monday or so. Like the text leaks that I don't know if they're gonna still happen. Who knows?
I hope not, actually.
Yeah, because then we have so much longer to not get smoked on spoilers. That's what I'm really concerned about.
If those don't come out, then we don't get leaks, right? Because that's where the leaks come from. No.
I know like the Monday leaks are different than the Wednesday leaks. Like there's like a text leak, and then there's like the
okay, yeah, like there's like the
like a script
raw,
leak.
You're talking about the raw scans that come out on Monday. They're like
I
they're
think
like
that's more
phone pictures. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the Monday ones, which is just like text or like some sort of summary, like people reading it in Japan and telling us or whatever. But then again, who knows? Those might also stop. Which I think Mysta said. I hope they do, because I don't want to get smoked.
Right.
Because then it'll be like fucking like 5-6 days of waiting. But yeah, man, crazy times. But like you said, Callie, scan groups come and go. Like it's been happening for the longest time. There were Jaimini Box in the past, and I can't remember other ones like Manga Cycle or something like that. There were so many. TCB did great work. I hope they continue. But we'll see.
I mean, good thing that their Twitter and stuff is still up, so that is a positive sign.
And I've seen a lot of people under this tweet that they tweeted to, talking about the rebrand. So I guess it is also possible for them to just completely change their name and stuff and still keep their following and website.
In Manga scans, that happens all the time.
Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. This is definitely not the last we see of TCB for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll keep you guys updated on that. But while we still got chapters, we might as well go over it, right? Let's just dive right into the chapter then. 1106 on your side. I actually like this cover. We haven't talked about the cover arts in a while. This one was cute. They got Robin talking to a crocodile and giving them some clothes. It's adorable.
Yep.
All right, but into the actual chapter. We start off on Egghead with this mysterious ship from the last chapter headed towards the island. whoever's on the ship is saying, look at them going at it, just like the paper said. We cut to Luffy, who we saw was digesting his food last chapter. Or not, he was stuffing his or finished stuffing his face last chapter. He was stuffed on the floor. He is now digesting his food. And he does it in like a split second in a pretty funny gag. And the Marines scramble to try and get the Sea Prism cuffs on him before he can do anything, but it's Luffy. Emperor of the Sea, Gear 5, like, it's too late. Once he digested, it was over. So we have some of the Marines trying to do it, but then we immediately see explosions and them getting beat up more or less, and them scrambling to get on the ships, screaming that Egghead is done for. We then cut back to Saturn and the gang, where we have...
Sick, you said Saturn and the gang?
Saturn, well, I guess it's not his gang, right? You know, as soon as I said it, I was like, wait a minute, that's not his gang. That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This panel, before we go back to Saturn, we have the Marines shooting. Is this the Buster Call? Them firing at the island? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a quick panel of them firing at the island.
So like you were saying, like they were trying to get Luffy, but because of the bombardment kept going, like, you know, they like, because the Marines on the ships don't give a fuck. They're just letting it loose, you know. So.
Okay, I see now. The explosion is it hitting them as they were trying to get Luffy? Okay.
Yeah.
And then he gave him time to. Okay, I see. All right. Back to Saturn. What am I trying to say here? Okay, the Kuma, Bonnie, and Atlas, Frankie are still flying in the sky. Vegapunk calls for them, and Saturn gives the final order for the Kuma bots to blast them out of the sky and into smithereens. But before he can do that, Vegapunk tells Atlas to tell Bonnie something.
Oh.
Atlas tells Bonnie whatever it is that Vegapunk wanted to tell her. Bonnie has a moment of realization, and then she screams, "Don't shoot us, Daddy. Help us escape the island." We get a little bit of a reaction from the Kuma bots. Nobody else could really hear it around them. None of the Marines around them could really hear it, but they do see the Kuma bots completely change objectives. They turn around and begin firing lasers on all the Marines in the vicinity. This also includes the Kuma bots that are stationed on the shore, turning around to fire on the fleet for the Buster Call.
Yep.
Yeah, completely didn't see this coming. Well, let me just explain it first. So as this is happening, Vegapunk explains that he was extremely worried about seeing Bonnie killed by the father that she loved so dearly, aka his clone or his bots. Because he was so adamant on not seeing Kuma kill his daughter in any way, shape, or form, he ended up inserting a device or a directive into each Kuma bot, so that even if the highest authority in the world should command it, and even if the entire world should be Bonnie's enemy, Kuma will always be on her side.
This is peak. This is peak.
That was peak. It was peak. Absolutely peak.
Yeah.
Absolutely peak. He goes on to say this was just a selfish wish of mine, and it meant he knew what comes next. And as he thinks this, he gets stabbed straight through the chest by one of Saturn's nasty little spider legs. Okay, yeah. Complete swerve.
Yo.
I think we had a couple of ideas of maybe Vegapunk inserting some sort of failsafe into Kuma.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us saw it like this, and the way that he said it was very poetic. It was this read very, very nicely.
So
Yeah.
he had mentioned this in the last chapter, like the idea of Kuma killing Bonnie like sickened him. You know what I mean?
The end of last chapter,
Yeah. He like mentioned it, and like, Oda really really fucking crossed us up, bro. Like
Nah, he
like
did it
this
to us, 100%.
he did, yeah, and he does it not just once this chapter. We'll see later at the end too, but he fucking like I wasn't expecting Bonnie to supersede everything, but it makes sense. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh god, fucking Vegapunk, bro. He's a G, bro. My god, he stood by fucking Kuma this whole time, and he knew what was coming to him. But oh, that shit was beautiful. Fucking, it changed everything, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It changes literally everything. I'm also glad you said he stuck by Kuma because Vegapunk was getting a lot of criticism as a person from the readers because
yes,
we're like, bro, you're their weapons dealer, bro. You be blessed in the world government. You made Kuma a weapon for peace, but at the end of the day, a weapon for peace is a weapon to be used, right? And people were like, yo, another reason is like, yo, you let the world government have complete control over your pacifistas. Like you didn't think to, have some sort of failsafe, like Callie said, people were talking about, and boom, the best one possible, like the one that just after that flashback, after the event of the arc,
Yes.
the one that made the most sense, like you said, it was beautiful, Mysta. Yeah, this is peak fiction, bro. This is peak. There's no better way
This
to
is
put it.
absolutely peak.
Yeah.
The fact and also how what also makes this great is if you think about it since the beginning of no, not since the beginning, but since the beginning, I will say that of the Marines coming there, since all the Marines coming there, all the Admiral, Saturn, all that, the pacifists, since Setomaru sent them out, they've been lined up perfectly, right? To stop stuff. And then with them being turned and everything, it looked bad because I did not know how the Straw Hats were getting off the island, honestly, with all this. And then
it's a lot.
And then now, and with the Buster Call on top of it, but now it makes so much sense as to the incident, right? Because this is the first time in history that a Buster Call is getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Like that was probably this is probably the incident, low key.
Okay. I like that. I like that, Mod. You on to something.
Yeah. Like I was just thinking like, yo, when is it ever shown in One Piece history that a Buster Call was completely defeated? That is probably gonna go all throughout the papers. And Big News Morgan is gonna get his hands on this, and then he's gonna fallaciously, you know what I mean? He gonna go in. He gonna be like Straw Hat Mod and Bonnie single-handedly destroyed an entire Buster Call fleet, and everyone's gonna go fucking nuts. Like it's like.
Mod, you're the biggest Luffy fan because you said your name.
I know. I thought the same thing, bro. I'm MC too, bro. I gotta put myself in.
No, yeah, I am MC. Exactly. You already know. You already know. But nah, Straw Hat, Luffy, and Bonnie, they destroyed a fucking Buster Call fleet, and now they out, and it's just gonna go crazy. Oh my goodness! Like I can't wait to see Big News Morgan's paper after this incident. Like I just can't wait to see.
It's definitely the start of the turnaround for the Strawhat crew, because it definitely was looking bleak for a while. Unfortunately, it does look like it was at our boy Vegapunk's expense.
Yeah. You guys think he's dead?
It's One Piece, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's One Piece.
That's what I gotta ask. That's what I gotta ask. Like.
I mean, like you said, Callie, it was poetic. I mean, we know that Oda likes his okay, to be fair, Oda has faked us out with poetic death scenes before, like with
you already know who you're talking about, the worst one in probably all of anime manga history, bro.
Pell?
Yeah.
Yes, Pell, bro. That shit was hot, dude, but
yeah, I understand, I get it. But this was what what's his name said at the earlier parts of AK when he called Dragon. It said
Stella,
that,
right?
Shaka.
yeah,
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, he said to Dragon that my days seem numbered, or like I know I'm probably about to die soon, or something like that, right? Like at first I thought he was just at first because of what the reveal was about the egghead trader and him getting shot. I thought he was explicitly just talking about himself. But then seeing this, I also remember like he's also still Vegapunk too at the end of the day, so I couldn't tell if he was talking about the Stella unit or just himself. You know what I mean?
They both got smoked. So
yeah. Do you guys think any of the Vegapunks survive?
I think Lilith will.
Yeah, that's my bet.
I think Lilith is the only one that survives this encounter. The way that it's looking, it seems like they're getting knocked out one by one.
Yeah. I do think I think there's a possibility for like them to, like maybe Atlas, maybe even Edison to still live, because those are the only 3 left, which sounds crazy. Which is crazy, by the way.
That's true.
That is fucking crazy. They're actually the only 3 left now.
York's still alive, right?
Yeah, York's chilling.
Well, she's not gang no more. So
fact, there's no better way to put it. But I think there's like an avenue for like Vegapunks, like some of the satellites to go somewhere else. I think Lilith might go with the Straw Hats, but I think they might, like, let's say Atlas makes it with them, or Edison too, however many. I think there's like still places, like things for them to do. And what I really want to say is that I think my thoughts on Bonnie have really, like, the potential of what she can do has skyrocketed with this newfound arsenal, right? Of pacifistas.
Bro, think about how many Kuma pacifistas there are. That changes everything. That means the military lose that.
Yeah, that's a huge point, bro.
Yeah, and they go to who? They go to whoever she aligns with, and most likely that will be Straw Hat Luffy, right? And like, it's just.
I actually think a dark horse for who she like might use this immediately for is like the Revolutionary Squad.
Oh yeah. That's true too.
Just because of their alliance, Kuma, she met Sabo and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. And I think that could be a place where the satellites could end up with the rebels because they already have ties. You know, like Dragon, Shaka, and stuff.
That's true.
My real question is like, bro, how does the brain fruit interact with satellites? Do they all have it? And if satellite dies, like, does it disappear? Like,
I was gonna ask you guys, because like if Vegapunk is dead, like what does that mean for the rest of them? Like, do they die? You know what I mean?
I don't think that they die because they are their own entities at this point. And I also think that the way that I look at it from my perspective, I feel like the brain fruit is for Stella, the person that ate it. And even though they split themselves, I don't see the fruit getting split up between multiple different people. So because no 2 people can have a fruit at the same time. If they're really different entities, it would be like they both had the same fruit. It's not like the fruit gets split up and the percentage of how much of it's not like the fruit gets split up with the people. So Stella has 8% brain power and then the other one has 8% brain power. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that makes perfect sense. We have no reason to believe otherwise. I was just wondering, because the brain fruit is like a specific one. You know, like it's like it impacts your actual thoughts. Like, you keep all your memories and stuff, right? And everything you ever read.
Well, hold on. We kind of do have some evidence, even though that they're different entities, that like it kind of does matter, because they support each other, even all the way up to like the sharing the same conscious, all the way up to bodily function.
Bodily fluid, yeah, with York, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I imagine it ain't going to be nothing that happens if the Stella unit died.
So you think they lose their? So do you think that the fruit, they all have the brain fruit, or do you think it's Stella only?
Hard to say.
I do see where you're coming from though, because they do share so much of each other's body, mind, spirit, soul, that it's hard to say that they're different beings entirely. And like,
and
there's definitely a really gray area.
They're also all connected to Punk Records, like the main brain.
So I was
no longer connected to, right? So
I was gonna say though, I wouldn't be surprised if Vegapunk, like as a failsafe, like if he died, like his brain gets transferred to Punk Records or some shit like that, and they're all connected somehow.
Yeah, I mean that could be the reason why they're not so like worried with Punk Records going, because they're trying to get off the island.
I feel like that was one of our theories at some point.
Yeah, probably early on, because like
Yeah.
it hasn't really like been a big.
I remember
Big thing lately?
I remember us talking about it at some point that they would all get beamed up to Punk Records or something like that. Become the supercomputer.
Yeah. And then but then also you also have to think like if they were connected to such a degree, why is York going against like all of them, and why she kill, like, you know what I mean, like if because she will have to know that like the world government ain't going to take lightly of Vegapunk, you know, doing what he did, and you know they would kill him. And if York is a genius, so obviously she would know that. So if they were connected, then she wouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
that's a good point. That's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
point. Oh, that's an amazing
That's true.
point. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
they kill Stella because of her actions, she knows that she's gonna be fine.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a good point.
yeah.
So then I would assume that the brain fruit is native to Stella,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that they
yeah.
all have their own intelligence already set along with their whatever personality and stuff they already have. So they won't
Yeah,
change
maybe.
even if Stella dies.
Yeah, maybe before what we thought about it, they made it seem like everything is connected to the Stella unit in terms of consciousness, bodily functions, all that other stuff. But maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe when they report to the Punk Records or whatever, and then whatever they see someone else, they already established that someone else can go and, like, you know what I mean, check out what another person has done, what they've been through, and what they learned, and all that other stuff. Maybe after, even if Punk Records is destroyed, they just aren't tied to going and reporting to it. It's just simple as that. They'll
Like
just
live their lives after, yeah.
yeah, maybe.
I also feel like we would have seen a recoil with them after like Shaka was killed, after the other one was killed too. You know, like, but they
Yeah.
didn't. They just continued on doing what they were doing. Like they weren't like, oh, like I'm out for a bit, because you know, like they weren't affected by it. So, you know, I think that is correct with what you're saying, Callie. That only Stella had the brain fruit, and like he just split himself up, and then that was pretty much it.
Makes sense.
And they're all sentient.
But yeah,
But-
I do think the way this is going, I believe Vegapunk, this one is like, I know it's Oda, but he's been fighting allegations a little bit, and the way he's written it, like clearly it seems like, boom, this is a huge hit. Vegapunk to old ass man. I think it's curtains for this Stella.
The only thing that has me hesitant on calling it curtains for Stella, well, the two things, because the one thing is it's Oda and it's One Piece, so. But the second thing is the promise that Sanji made to Bonnie.
Bro, it's like you're reading my
chapter or two
mind,
ago.
bro.
Yeah,
It's like you're reading my mind. I was about to say Sanji stock's down, bro.
yeah, no, because he definitely said I'm bringing him back no matter what, or whatever it takes, or whatever he said. I don't think that Oda would have written that in if Sanji wasn't going to do something here to fulfill, at least try to fulfill the promise. You know what I mean? Because right now he's just getting smoked,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Vegapunk is just cooked on the floor. So,
Maybe.
But
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, do y'all think that Bonnie can control S-Bear?
That's a good question.
I think it's definitely plausible.
Well, in the official, I am noticing a difference between the official and the TCB. In the official, Vegapunk specifically says he inserted the directive into each unit made to look like Kuma.
So I would think S-Bear might definitely be.
Yeah, if he looks like Kuma, it might be a possibility.
Yeah,
But
that would be huge. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
that would be sick. That would definitely be sick. Bonnie got some serious military power on her hands if she keeps this throughout.
Bruh, I feel like they're going to, like, you know what's funny? If Bonnie could use this to the best of, in order for Bonnie to use this to the best of her effect, Saturn and Kizaru can't leave this island alive. Funny enough, because as soon as one of them leave the island, they're gonna order for the destruction of all pacifista units, like most likely. Or they're gonna hunt Bonnie down to the ends of time, and her stocks are gonna go up in terms of bounty and stuff just because of this. Like, and But do y'all really think they'll just let this rock? Like, if they make it off the island, they wouldn't like try to get either try to reprogram, but they're not smart enough to. But
yeah, they can't reprogram them because Vegapunk put Kuma's authority above all. And even if they wanted to reprogram them, they would have to have them to reprogram them. It's not like they could just like how would they do it without having the physical body? If all the physical robots are going to be around Bonnie and they developed a way to fix them to have control over them again, they would have to insert that fix into the robots, no?
Don't they got their own robots?
Yeah, like I wonder how many pacifists there are, and if
compared to
right now.
So they're not all on Egghead right now.
Yeah, they're probably
the ones that are on. You're right, because the ones that are on Egghead were on Egghead already. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like the
Okay,
new versions, like the Mark
right.
3s or some shit like that.
You're right.
But yeah, Mod, I agree though that like, because I remember in the beginning of the arc when Atlas was mad about the fact that no one can reproduce the weather machine, because like they couldn't even follow the blueprints. I'm assuming it's similar, like no one can really work on Vegapunk stuff, and I'm assuming it's probably like the most like master command, like no one can fuck with this programming. So yeah, I'd assume they just destroy the pacifists they have on hand, if they could even do that.
Yeah, but it's crazy too because it's such a blight to their military power. Oh, this is so
huge,
good to think about,
bro.
Like,
Huge.
would they be willing to take that L just so that so that they can avoid the possibility of Bonnie, controlling them Sunday at some point, maybe if they run into her, or will they just keep them on deck but work a strategy around?
Especially if you consider like what Bonnie did, like she's an infiltration master because of her ability, right? And she's been to Marizwa. Well, I don't think anyone saw her, but yeah, like she's a threat. Like she can get into islands, off islands. Like she really can.
She's the ultimate. Yeah, she's the ultimate. She's the ultimate military asset for anyone against the world government, and this is just crazy. Like, I really am interested in knowing what the response to this is. Like, you know what I mean? I want to know if they'll prioritize the money that it costs to make them, because remember, at least the basic ones, it cost a whole warship.
Yeah.
But
good memory, dude. Holy shit.
But the part 2 or Mark 2 probably costs way more than them. So I wonder what they'll prioritize. Because I mean, if you have integrity, you take the L and then you destroy them so that you just never run the risk. But they might be like, we spent too much money. Yeah, nah, we're just gonna work a strategy around it, and if we see Bonnie, we'll do something like we'll pull them out, never bring them against Bonnie, never like whatever, something like that. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think
it would be crazy.
Yeah,
just destroy all of them.
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably. I think it's a little unlikely for them to destroy all of their.
Yeah, because like you said, it takes like integrity of decisions. So maybe they'll try to cheat and use them when they can. But wow.
Yeah, because I mean, Bonnie's not always there, so.
Right.
Yeah. What last thing I want to say about Bonnie in this decision, I wonder how Oda's gonna handle a 12-year-old having this much military might, and how she'll make her decisions on who to support.
Yeah, Bonnie's future in general is very unclear right now. Her whole character arc has been around. Well, we didn't know it was around at first, but now that we have all the information, her whole character arc has been around finding Kuma, and her it ends here. It ends no matter how this arc ends. She's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she did what she wanted.
Yeah, she got everything she wanted. So I'm interested to see how he handles her character moving forward, especially if she continues to keep all this military power. No, we'll see.
And then on top of that, if she's trying to leave Egghead, and they're all trying to leave Egghead with it, because I know people have been theorizing that Bonnie is the next Strawhat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if she does leave with them, she obviously can't take all these Mark II pacifistas with her, because I don't think they could all fit on the Strawhat shit like that. I mean, maybe they could. Maybe I don't know.
They just swim.
Might be able to house
They picking them up, right?
Yeah, let's finish it and then we can get there.
Okay, yeah, I guess you guys are right. All right, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
All right, so Vegapunk's down and out. Frankie calls out to try and help him, but Saturn six the lapdog Kizaru on the on the rest of the guys still falling down. He hits them with the light mirror. I think that's the name of them at the attack. He just shoots a whole bunch of light bullets at them. They all get blicked up. Real quick, I do want to bring it up because he brought it up in the Twitter chat earlier this week. The art quality in this specific part was atrocious. Really bad. And it's not the whole thing, but it's just one specific panel.
Yeah, the Sanji panel was hard to understand. I agree.
This is bad. This is really bad.
I think his arm looks weird. Like his hand looks weird.
Yeah.
The shading makes his shirt hard to tell. Yeah, like it was really hard to see what's going on. I can't really. No one can argue that.
Yeah.
Oh, because Sanji kicking away the light.
Yeah. But when you first look at it, it's like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah,
Or,
I
like,
didn't.
The first, like, 30
I didn't
seconds.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I spent like a long time looking at that, and I was just like, "What is going on?" Like,
my boy had to tell me what it was. I didn't really end up finding it myself.
Yeah, just something to make note of. We know that Oda just went through his eye surgery recently, and he's probably still recovering.
I think it's also like a rushed like hand.
Also, a thing with having to draw weekly, 3 weeks in at a time. Like,
yeah, and this chapter had 5 double spreads. Like, it's a huge chapter.
Yeah.
So
This and like you said, Kelly. Like this usually happens with like his 3rd week in a row of like work. You know. So.
yeah. Yeah, hopefully, just a minor inconvenience, but it was definitely rough to read and to understand on the first go through. But yeah, so Kizaru is shooting them all up. He then flies up to Bonnie and Kuma and tries to slice them in half. Really brutal, man.
Yeah.
He's definitely picked his side. This shit is rough. He says he'll cut them in half. Don't worry, Bonnie, it won't hurt.
That's a lie, but okay.
Yeah, actually insane.
That shit definitely will hurt.
Oh no! It's like a lightsaber, bro. He just like right through you. They won't even know.
If you get their brain or something, but I guess we're getting too graphic.
We're gonna wake up dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bonnie calls out for Kizaru, but that boy back in action, ready for some mayhem. Round 2. That boy Monkey D. Luffy comes out with the fabled NIKA laugh and punches the ever-loving holy shit out of this boy Kizaru. Sends him flying with a giant hockey-infused punch. And yeah, that boy Monkey D. Luffy is back in the battle.
About time, baby.
Yeah, he's back in
excited.
action. He says how he's having so much fun now, and as he touches the ground, he turns it into rubber, and this allows everybody that was falling through the sky to land safely and bounce off of the ground. In hindsight, I feel like I could have seen this coming. In hindsight, just thinking about how they would have landed safely or got out of the situation in the sky, but definitely cool to see Luffy back in action, and even cooler to see Kizaru get the mess punched out of him. And we see him in the panel afterwards as the Marines in the Buster Call are reacting to the island shaking, bouncing from Luffy's powers. We see Kizaru a little shaken up from that punch, man. Admiral Stocks is looking a little low right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
Looking rough.
Everybody's still going back and forth now whether if Kizaru helped out Luffy or not, because like that punch and how surprised he was and all that stuff. Like I said, I don't think he got it in him to.
Yo, you have been a Kizaru hater since the beginning, bro. It's trying to see this guy's downfall. I respect it. That's real, bro. That's real. Nah, fuck him.
No, wait. Stop.
I'm with you, bro. Fuck that nigga. I'm with you, bro. I got your back.
So you're about to kill me. Like, fuck the nigga. Because I mean, like honestly, this is a deeper conversation because, you know, this is agenda piece right here, because for the power scalers, they're going back and forth of whether if Kizaru can fight Luffy or not, and they're trying to use the idea that Kizaru's been holding back since the start of this arc or whatever, because he mentally, they already said in One Piece, when you're mentally not there, you lose power and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bruh, they would have highlighted it though. It's all, they highlight that shit. They don't ever Kizaru, and you can put two and two together, obviously, but at the same time, what has Kizaru done about it? Nothing. So it's like, I don't want to hear it. This dude is a fucking pawn. He called himself a fucking pawn. Like, I'm like, I empathize with his position because it's a tough one. He's an admiral too. This is what Garp talked about. This is what Sengoku talked about. They like, Garp didn't want this, so that's why he didn't do this. It's like, I don't have any sympathy for it. Like, this is what you chose. It's great that you're an admiral, but this is the path you chose. So it's like, why is that my problem? And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take it like you are holding back. I'm assuming, unless it's explicitly stated, I'm not gonna take it like he's like he's down by power or whatever because he's conflicted or whatever. And I swear Oda keeps proving me right and right. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, man. You just found the most diplomatic way to say fuck that nigga, and I respect the fuck out of it, bro. That's so real. Yo, that is so real, bro. I respect the fuck out of that.
Let's go.
Nah, but I do honestly see what you're saying though. It's he's definitely shown his true colors, so it's definitely hard to believe otherwise.
Oda will have to hit me with some okie-doke shit. He will have to hit me with some light Yagami, Kizaru holding his glasses type shit. This is my plan all along, and then show a whole flashback of every action he's done to fool the reader. He will have to do that type shit to me to make me believe.
If there's one person that could do it, it's Oda, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's true.
But that's what it takes at this point. That's what it takes. And
that's fair. That's definitely fair. That's definitely fair. Okay, yeah. So everybody's back on the ground safely. Bonnie rushes to Vegapunk's side to try and get him up and get him out so they can all try and escape. As Straw Hat's heart is beating, we also get a cut to the giant robot that is at the bottom of the island. Its eyes start glowing again. We hear a creak, like I guess it's starting to move. This more or less confirms the theory we already had, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because this is because I remember when it first started moving, I believe it was YHuss that noted that it was around the same time that Luffy had first transformed Gear 5.
Well, it was the first time he went giant form.
It was when he went giant versus Kizaru.
And
then this just makes it obvious. Right. This panel has the heartbeat in it.
Right. So
was it in the last one too?
I don't think it was like right beside the panel where he like gets up, but I could go look.
Okay, yeah.
So this robot is connected to either Gear 5, or it could possibly be connected to Giants in general.
I think the whole like Giant Joy Boy, because the first time they showed the Giant was when Shaka is telling us about an ancient civilization that had crazy mechanical engineering and stuff, right? Like they were ahead of its time.
Yeah.
So I just think this is like a product of that, especially thinking about that power source that Vegapunk said he could never recreate.
Right.
And then there's like Mother Flame stuff that comes up in this arc, and then there's the possible use of Uranus from the world government powered by the Mother Flame. Like, I think this is all part of that, and I think this is probably a piece of ancient machinery. And I do think, the Giants are gonna be a part of this, this ancient giant right here, because like they're here, and if they see it, and if they have some sort of input about it, it could be huge for like lore and stuff.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And wait, Saturn does not even know that Vegapunk has this, right?
Facts.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be such a mind fuck when it gets up and then like attack Saturn, and he's gonna get mad at Vegapunk, even if Vegapunk is dying. He's like, "Oh, you did another crime, bro!
Curse you, Vegapunk!"
Yeah, bro. Like, oh shit, this is gonna be great. I hope he gets up and smack the shit out of Saturn. Like, I hope he does.
I think we all want Saturn to suffer in the worst way possible by this point. Definitely doesn't enough to warrant it. Anything else on this robot? Do we think that it does get up and do some action before we get off the island?
Yeah, most definitely. I think so. It's getting up and it's slapping the ever living shit out of Saturn. That's his point. Like and Saturn is gonna be dumb salty and like that they're gonna. That's all I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for Saturn get his comeuppance because man, this dude is. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling like Saturn is like already one of the worst One Piece villains of all time. Like,
100%, bro.
100%. Like no villain comes close to that. Not even the celestial dragons themselves come close to Saturn.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And that's wild. Like I need this dude to get like all types of mad. I need this dude all types of like just everything. Mass amount of comeuppance needs to come to this.
Yeah, I definitely think as far as just pure villainousness.
I think villainy isn't probably bad.
I don't think villainy is a word. I'm not gonna lie.
Villainy is villainy.
Villainy. As far as villainy, you're right. He definitely is at the top of the chain. I think the only one that comes close to him is probably Daffy.
Doflamingo was evil.
Yeah, as far as like just pure villainous actions, like Daffy's probably the only one that comes close, and I think
doing some evil ass shit.
I think it's close, but I think Saturn does edge him out because Saturn has been a wicked being for sure.
Yeah, no, I need the robot to get up, and he might do something else more. I don't know what else, but I think I need him to just like fight and slap the shit out of Saturn.
I need my boy Luffy to merge with him and become Mecha Luffy.
Let's
just start ass, bro. That shit would be gas.
That'd be crazy.
Turn this shit into Gundam real quick.
That'd be hard.
Oh man. Alright, yeah, so the robot is in the basement. We're gonna see, hopefully it does some stuff within the next couple chapters. We cut back to Vegapunk and Bonnie, where Bonnie notices the rhythm that Luffy is emitting. She has a flashback to Kuma talking about NIKA and explaining NIKA's rhythm and what NIKA was about. And as she stares at Luffy, Vegapunk watches her, and he realizes that she's realized, and he says that he sees that she didn't realize until now. He says, "I couldn't be sure until I saw it for myself. The very same Straw Hat Luffy that Kuma had his eyes on was NIKA, the sun god." Bonnie starts tearing up. I don't know, this Kuma panel, we get a little symbol over his head, like he's noticing, almost like he is noticing.
I think that's what's happening. I agree with you on that, because it looks like he's like snapping, like he's
like he has there's that snap, that little snap symbol, like when there's like a quick.
I think every time we've seen, like a lot of times we've seen Kuma's face, like he's been like electrically malfunctioning because of the damage. I think.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
I think this is like I think what you guys are seeing is an intended like possibility. I think Oda wants to see, like, did Kuma know? Is Kuma here for this?
Okay.
I just think it's also intended to be kind of like we can't be sure.
Right, because we don't know how much Kuma is really in there.
Yeah, but I do agree with you guys. I think I want to take this as a sign that he saw. I also think like this series of panels is like starting from Bonnie looking at Luffy in the top left, and then her crying, Luffy's face, Kuma's face. Just man, Oda knew what we wanted, and he gave it.
Yeah, this is the moment that we knew was gonna happen at some point, and it happened nicely. He definitely wrote it very well. Vegapunk goes on to say, "The Buster Call is futile. For centuries, people all over the world have been waiting for him, Sun God NIKA." And yeah, last page, as this is happening on the island, we cut to the northeast coast of Egghead, where a ginormous ship is headed their way. So we knew a ship was coming. We didn't know how big the ship was until this panel right here. It's huge. As the ship approaches, some of the Marines notice, and they say, I thought they fell apart. They said that's definitely them. I thought they fell apart over 100 years ago. As the ship approaches the Marines, somebody on the ship says, "Should we stop? Should we stop?" And then someone else replies, "Charge right through them." The Marines try to fire at them, but it's to no avail because it is none other than the goats themselves, Dory and Bragi. Bragi says, "Why do they keep saying why?" Dory says, "When all that happens in the world is inevitable." I think I butchered that quote. I'm not gonna lie. I might have butchered that.
You got
He
it.
says, why, they ask. And then he says, "When all that happens in the world is inevitable." Is he like finishing his sentence? I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
It's fucking losers. All right.
Bro, these niggas have been scrapping for like 100 years, bro. These are the most dogs of dogs, my nigga. They're just
No, they are real. They are real. They're losers, but they're real losers, so it's fine.
I hope we get to be brothers like that one day. We're finishing each other's sentences, bro.
Don't let Kelly hear you say that, bro.
No, I'm leaving the podcast for y'all to finish my sentence, bro. Y'all will never hear from me again. Yeah, so Dory and Bragi are here. They say that they are now here. They're here for Strawhat. Or should they say Sun God? So they know who he is. Yeah.
Let's go.
The Marines announced it's a new state of emergency. The giant pirates have arrived. Yeah, Dory and Bragi are here. I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card. Oda just always finds a way. I don't know how he does it, man. Like, every time I think this, how could it be anybody else besides who we think it is? And then it's always somebody else, like without fail.
Yeah. I think the closest we got was when I said Shanks.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. That you were probably the closest because you did say Shanks. I remember that.
Yeah, but was not expecting them, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're here to pick up Luffy. What do you guys think? What are you guys making of this?
That makes it, that confirms it. Elbaf is next. Like, just straight up. Like, Elbaf is next. And it's great too because like YHuss was trying to bring up earlier, like the giant ship, it's a giant ship, so you can house as many pacifistas as they need.
Not even just pacifistas, but passengers in general, because there's a lot of people that are on the Strawhat side on this island right now.
Yeah, and like now it makes it feel like everybody will escape. And it might happen low key. I think this is a great setup. The Giants coming, and I wonder if it's just them two or if it's like the entire like.
It's a big ass shit, bro. I would hope that they have a whole crew with them or some shit like that,
Yeah. I mean, it is a big ass ship, but they are giants, so.
Yeah, and they also say like someone's like, "Oh, should we stop?" And I don't think that's something Dory and Bragi would say.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the guards from Eni's lobby, Kashi and Oimo, who were waiting for Dory and Bragi, are here.
That would be really cool. That'd be a nice callback.
Yeah, there's also the new giant pirates like Hadrudin.
Yeah.
It's the possibilities are insane, and I think, man, I actually think this chapter and this ending, like, the time frame for the rest of Egghead, like, has sped up a lot for me. Like,
this is definitely endgame. This is definitely endgame right here.
This is like the beginning, like this is the climax. Like,
yeah.
And the only question mark for me is the ancient giant. But other than that, like the Strawhat side seems to now have a huge advantage. The Pacifista and the Giants pirates are on their side now, so it's nuts, man. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they're about to defeat a whole Buster Call. That I told you, like the news is gonna go crazy.
And a Super Buster Call too.
Yeah,
it's not just a regular Buster Call. One. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Oh my goodness, this is great. I can't wait for the next. Oh,
yeah, it sucks that we're on break this week because this is a fire way to end it, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I hope no one's surprised by the Giants knowing the Sun God.
No,
because
not at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we know that was the whole reason for their celebration in Big Mom's flashback.
Mm-hmm.
They worship the Sun God, and man, it's just I I've been saying it for the longest that like there's hints in all the big races and factions. There's hints of like NIKA, Joy Boy, Sun God. The fishmen are, they want to get to the sun in general. Like there's hints of a tie to this person NIKA, and like I think it might finally be time for some huge lore on who NIKA and Joy Boy is.
We think we actually get the NIKA lore?
Man,
I
I mean,
think-
like
I
straight up,
think so.
Vegapunk said it. He is NIKA, like.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too out of place. This would, if it were to happen here, I wouldn't see it as out of place, especially considering, like you said, we know Vegapunk knows about them. We have the Giants here. We know have connections to NIKA. Also, with NIKA having just been introduced last arc, I don't think it's necessarily out of place for him to be explained in the next arc, the arc after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elbath would make sense for that to be the arc to explain that lore, right? Because all the studies of Ohara, all the books and shit are there. The Giants have been away. They know their shit.
Yeah,
They've been alive for hundreds of years.
That would be my bet. Would be Elbap though. I think YHuss is saying that it would happen here in
No,
in
I
Egghead.
don't mean specifically this second. I just mean like these two and the Giants in general will fill in a lot of blanks for us.
So you don't mean in Egghead?
I don't mean like the next two chapters.
I took YHuss as talking about Elbath.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just nuts. Also, like I think you mentioned just now, Mysta, that like they live for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think we also know the ancient giant. The ancient giant attacked Marizwa like 250 years ago or something like that. So these guys might deadass know what the fuck it was, in their lifetime. Or someone from Elbaf might,
That's true.
like literally know what happened then, what its objective was, stuff like that. It's great. Now that I'm thinking about it, the break is kind of gonna kill me, but
It's gonna hurt. This one is gonna hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
So I want to ask y'all, like, it's looking good for the Straw Hats right now, obviously, but we still know the Blackbeard Pirates are around and they're lurking and they're waiting, right? So I feel like, I don't know, something bad is going to happen. I mean, Vegapunk possibly being dead is bad, obviously. But
if I'm being, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
If I'm being honest, I'm starting to question if the Blackbeard Pirates are there for the Straw Hats or anything to do with the Straw Hats in general. I think their objective is outside of the Straw Hats.
You think they're just lying in waiting?
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it. We know that they were on the way to the island a day prior.
Yeah.
So they have to be on the island. So it's safe to assume that they're on the island right now. I think that if they wanted the Straw Hats, they wanted something to do with the Straw Hats, they've had aptitude chances between when they were fighting and split up and when Saturn came. They've had aptitude chances to take out a Straw Hat or press a Straw Hat, or if they had something to do with the Straw Hats, I think they've had aptitude chances to do so. I think they're waiting for the dust to settle for I couldn't tell you for what. Maybe a piece of info or technology on the island, or
that, or they're waiting,
kidnapping one of the satellites or something.
I was gonna say waiting for like a target to be free. You know what I mean? And then like take them and then go. We don't know who, but
what if they're trying to take the Seraphim?
Yeah, that could be.
That's fair
too.
We haven't seen the Seraphim in such
true.
a long time, and on top
That's
of that,
true.
we don't know if we don't know what their fate is. Like we really don't.
Yeah, they
know
definitely. Last time we saw them, they were still in the bubble, right, in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before the invasion.
Yeah,
damn, that's a good point, bro. Because they could definitely be down there now. Because the Straw Hats are bouncing, right? There's no one fucking there. Like that's crazy.
that is a good point. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm on two piece real quick.
Ooh,
What
let's hear it.
if they were trying to capture Robin while she was alone,
Yeah.
and that's
I
why
was
she
thinking that
came
too.
back? Yeah, she came back all beat up and whatnot.
Oh, so you're saying that they possibly dealt with the Blackbeard Pirates already?
Yeah, it's a possibility because we know that they
That is
came
a
24 hours
possibility.
ago. They could very well not even be. They could be gone
That
already.
would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Oh man, Oda, if I really I'm like that would kind of like rub me the wrong way a little bit. Just if like the Blackbeard Pirates, it depends, man. Truly, I think all the stuff from before, like the day before, Oda is really dancing around it and not showing us.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great reason to do it, like some sort of huge, something like that. You know, like a fucking clash of the Blackbeard Pirates. But I think like
Wouldn't be the first time that it's their fights been off
they stay
panel.
off screen, you spin.
Yeah.
But, I just think like I would hope that they have something to do now. You know what I mean? I hope they're not just in the day before.
I feel you. No, I could definitely like. What if they're just waiting? Like fucking, this dude Saturn is like on the brink of death, and then they fucking come and like steal his power or some shit like that, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Holy fuck. That's crazy. Or like he's horror or some shit. God. Damn.
Yeah, well, either one, bro. Because they like. I mean, we all know that they want to steal devil fruits, right? That's their whole thing. So, if they could get their hands on Kizaru, fucking. What if they steal, like you said, Bonnie before? Like, it's a possibility they could do. Cause now they know more of Bonnie's powers. So like, I don't know. It'll be crazy.
I think-
Oda's onto something.
I think the Blackbeard Pirates and the Ancient Giant are like the only really big question marks, and obviously the Seraphim. Now that I think about it,
Yeah,
yeah, just, man.
bro. I just really want to see, like, as you guys brought up Esper. I just want to see Esper and Bonnie grow up together. Like, you know, like she has her little bodyguard with him. You know, like that'd be pretty cool.
You know, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't see with Bonnie. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't see all of these Seraphim staying under Bonnie's control and Bonnie just having this huge military force under her. Yeah,
I think
I think I'm starting to switch to them. They might all get smoked. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I can see it.
I don't think Saturn risks having them all under this little girl's control. But I could also see a situation where maybe they all get smoked, but maybe the original Kuma or the Asper unit stays intact, and then they end up staying by Bonnie's side.
Yeah.
I think that's a possibility.
Bro, they're way too strong, and remember,
Yeah.
they're not even fully mature, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely it's looking good for the Straw Hats. Hopefully it stays like this. I'm sure Saturn and Kizaru are concocting some crazy schemes to get them out of here, but fortunately we gotta wait another week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks to find out, depending on this whole leak situation.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Any more questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up, guys?
Not really, man. Other than I need Luffy versus Saturn ASAP, and then by default, it's gonna be Sanji versus Kizaru.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it, but Luffy and Saturn have been together, but Luffy was incapacitated before. But this is the first time he's up and they're both together. So do you think we get a Luffy versus Saturn next chapter?
We need that.
I hope
man.
so.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that. I need that.
Yeah.
I think you onto something with that Mecha Luffy, bro. That'd be pretty, like a big giant fight, kaiju fight, fucking Saturn versus Luffy. Like that'd be pretty hype. It destroys like Egghead, fucking like Ragnarok type of shit, you know?
That would definitely be sick. I'd be here for it. I would definitely be here for it.
Oh,
Definitely
man.
need Saturn to get his comeuppance.
And we didn't get any nothing on Rob Lucci and Zoro, right? This chapter, that was last
Yeah,
chapter.
No, they're still duking it out.
Okay.
I'm hoping the next time we see Zoro and Rob Lucci is just cooked. Like Zoro fucked him up, and now he's married. I hope he beat him in like 30 seconds and then got lost. That would be hilarious.
You know how funny that? Because it would only be funny because so many people are trying to lower Zoro stocks off of these stupid panels of him saying he's still fighting or whatever. So
Bro,
it
that'd
would
be
actually
so
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, no, it would be hilarious.
Than people give him credit for, honestly.
No, I do agree. I think he deserves a little more credit than he's been given. I agree.
But I hope, like, I don't know why. I'm not like a Rob Lucci hater or anything, but I hope we turn to that scene and this guy Zoro straight up killed him. That would be crazy. Imagine. How that shit would be crazy. Bro.
No, it would be
That
hype.
would be
It would be
insane.
hype if we see Jinbei like walking up to the fight, like, I'm here to help you, and then he's like, oh, what? I'm done. What you mean help me?
Yeah.
Bro, if it was fucking Netflix Zoro, he'd be holding like the head. He would running with them like. I do like the idea of him being lost, bro, this whole time. That'd be so funny, bro. Oh my god.
That would definitely be funny. It'd be normal.
It would be.
Normal
That's true. That's true.
stuff.
They're like, dude, you beat Lucy in like 30 seconds, and you've been missing for like half an hour now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the players. But yeah, man, that's really all I got.
All right, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Big shout outs to everybody that was in the Twitch chat and the YouTube chat today. We appreciate you guys. Much love. But
Thank you.
Excuse me.
No, that's a thank you.
No, I had to burp.
Oh, you sneezed?
Yeah,
Bless
no,
you.
yeah, my bad. Make sure you guys follow us on all the socials. We are on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at Sitdown. If you look up Sitdown, you will find us. We are 2 episodes away from 100, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We got some big plans that we're probably going to announce next episode, so stay tuned for that. We are on break next week, but we will have some cool One Piece content for you guys regardless, so make sure you stay tuned. That's going to be about it, though. That's going to be about it for us. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, you guys stay safe, be healthy, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you guys when we see you. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat, sit down, crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mysta, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut, always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece?